English 5, Quarter 3, Week 3, MELC-BASED. Let's learn about restating sentences and summarizing information from various text types. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. Welcome back kids! For today's lesson in English 5, we will discuss about restating sentences and summarizing information from various text types. After going through this lesson, you are expected to first, restate sentences heard in one's own words. Second, summarize information from various text types. What is restating an idea? Restating an idea is saying it in other terms or words. A restatement uses different sentence formation. In restating an idea, do not to change the word-per-word structure of the text. Instead, organize the thoughts in mind and come up in putting it together in own words in a different way. Let's take a look the example below. This text is an example of original passage. As stated in Animal Planet, the hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses. It grows up to 16 feet long and 5 feet tall. An average female hippo can weigh around 1,400 kilograms, and a hippo male can weigh up to 4,500 kilograms according to San Diego. And here is a restated passage in own words. Hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses, as said by the Animal Planet. It can get bigger by 16 feet long and 5 feet tall. According to San Diego, a female hippo can normally weigh up to 1,400 kilograms compared to a male hippo which may gain up to 4,500 kilograms. The strategies used in the example above in restating idea are as follows. First, start your first sentence in different point from that of the original text. In the example shown above, notice that we started by introducing the topic, which is the hippopotamus, then followed by the supporting statements of the topic. The essential information are cited in a completely different manner. Second, use synonyms. Synonyms are words or phrases with the same meaning. In the example above, observe the use of synonyms. Gross, the synonyms is bigger. Average, the synonyms is normal. You can also use a thesaurus as your reference in finding synonyms of a word. However, don't overdo. The use of the sum of the same words as the original text is still acceptable. Third, modify the sentence structure. For instance, if the sentence was originally in the active voice, change it to passive. An active voice is when a sentence is led by the subject, the thing doing the action. When the object or the thing receiving the action leads the sentence, that sentence is written in the passive voice. Here is the original passage. As stated in Animal Planet, the hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses. And this is the restated passage. Hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses, as said by the Animal Planet. And fourth, classify the information, and have it in separate sentences. Although restating sentences will usually result in a word count about the same as the original text, you may try to consider the number of sentences to make the next different. In the example above, one long sentence was divided into two. The opposite could also be the case. For instance, if the original text is composed of two sentences, you may combine the information into one. What is summarizing? In contrast, summarizing is the brief overview of an entire discussion or passages read. People often summarize to emphasize important points of certain texts. When you summarize, too much details and example may be removed, for this will distract the readers from the most important information. Let us study the chart below. The chart below can be used to summarize the essential ideas of a passage. We have the main idea, first supporting detail, second supporting detail, and third supporting detail. Let us read the example below. This is an example of original passage. Philippine eagles are well adapted to life in thick, mountainous forests. Their short, broad wings and squared-off tail enable them to rise vertically between trees. They can move around with speed and agility through branches and vines. They can skillfully snatch monkeys, birds, and other mammals from trees. They have talon feet and tear meat with sharp, hooked beaks. And now, to get the main points of the passage, use the technique given above. The main idea in the passage is, Philippine eagles are well adapted to mountainous forests. And here are the supporting details. First, speed and agility. Second, broad wings and square-off tail. And third, skillful. After noting the important points, summarize the original passage. And here is the summarized passage. Philippine eagles are well adapted to mountainous forests. Their broad wings and squared-off tail make them move with speed and agility to skillfully survive. A clearer picture between the two skills is shown on the table below. In the first column, we have in restating. And in the second column, we have in summarizing. In restating, you are saying the same idea but with your own words. You can choose how much to restate. And you are clarifying the statement. In summarizing, you are telling the important points of a passage. You must include important ideas. And you are compressing the statement. And now for the development, do this activity. Direction. Restate the following sentences in own words. Write the answers on the paper or notebook. Number 1. The space shuttle has a robot arm. It helps move things into and out of the shuttle. It can also hold an astronaut who is working in space. Mars rovers are robots. They drive around on the land. And here is the restated passage. Mars rovers are robots that drive around on the land. The robot arm in space shuttle helps move things in and out of the shuttle, in which can hold an astronaut who is working in space. Number 2. 3 NASA rovers are on Mars. 2 of them are still working. Stardust was first robot sent to a comet. It brought bits of the comet back to Earth in January 2006. And here is the restated passage. 2 of the 3 NASA robots on Mars are still working. Stardust, which was the first robot sent to a comet, brought bits back to Earth in January 2006. And number 3, in the past, robots had helped NASA explore. Today, they are still significant to NASA. In the future, robots will be used to help return humans to the moon and to travel to Mars and beyond. And here is the restated passage. Robots help NASA from their past explorations up to the present and are still significant to them. The robots will be used to help return humans to the moon and Mars in the future and beyond. Here is the next activity. Directions. Read the passage below. Find the main idea of the text and look for the supporting details that explains the main idea. Use the chart below and write the answers on the paper or notebook. Television has good effects as well as harmful ones. The violent crime-filled pictures shown on television may contribute to an impression that the world is evil. It may result in a fearful or negative view of the world. The television commercials urging us to buy various goods may create a feeling of dissatisfaction in us if we fail to buy their goods, which the television advertisement tells us that everybody has. And now, get the main idea of the passage. So the main idea of the passage is, televisions has good effects as well as harmful ones. And the supporting details that explain the main idea are: first, violent crime-filled pictures. Second supporting detail, fearful or negative view. And the third supporting detail, feeling of dissatisfaction. And now for the engagement. Direction. Summarize the statements below. Write the answer on a paper. Number 1. Long ago, people spent their lives roaming in search of food. They went from place to place looking for wild plants. They hunted and fished wild animals. Then, people found they can tame certain animals. They learned to grow plants such as rice and wheat. People stopped roaming and settled down as farmers. And here is the summarized passage. Long ago, people searched for food from place to place looking for wild plants and animals. They learned to tame animals and grow plants, and soon, they settled down as farmers. Number 2. The first farmers planted seeds simply by scattering them on the ground, which was quite wasteful. Some seeds were blown away. Birds ate some seeds that remained on the soil surface. Still, farmers used this method of planting for hundreds of years. And here is the summarized passage. The first farmers planted seed by scattering them on the ground, which was quite wasteful, for some were blown away and some eaten by birds that remain on the soil. For hundreds of years, farmers still use this method of planting. Number 3. Inhabiting tropical rainforests, Philippine eagles are well adapted to life in thick mountainous forests. Their short, broad wings and squared-off tail enable them to rise vertically between trees. They can move around with speed and agility through branches and vines. They can skillfully snatch monkeys, birds, and other mammals from trees. They have talon feet and tear the meat with sharp, hooked beaks. And here is the summarized passage. Philippine eagles are well adapted to mountainous forests. Their broad wings and squared-off tail make them move with speed and agility to skillfully survive. Next, for the engagement, direction. Read the passage below. Restate the text in own words. Write the answer on a paper or notebook. Climate is the overall state of weather in a place over a long period of time. Climates have changes over time in Earth's history. Climate change may be due to changes in the amount of energy from the sun or the amount of dust in the atmosphere. In recent years, scientists have discovered that temperatures are gradually rising around the world. This trend is known as global warming. It is important to learn more about how climate changes because it affects the environment and way of life. And now, here is the restated passage. Climate is the state of weather in a place over a long period of time and have changes over time in Earth's history. Climate change happen due to changes in the amount of energy from the sun or dust in the atmosphere. Scientists have discovered that temperatures are gradually rising around the world, known as global warming. It affects the environment and the way of living. That is why we must learn to know all about climate change. For assimilation, direction, read the article below and answer the questions that follow on a paper. On this age of technology, sources of information include both print and non-print materials. You have the choice which to use, so you should know how these materials are different from each other. Print materials refer to all paper publications in printed form. Examples of these are published books, journals, magazines, newspapers, dictionaries, and encyclopedias. All these you can hold and grab. You can scan through their pages and read the contents conveniently. It is said that they are reliable and affordable for most people who value these resources. On the other hand, non-print materials are those that have special formats. The information they give can only be accessed or reached by using machines or digital equipment like computers, tablets, and cellular phones. Examples of these materials are e-books, e-journals, e-photographs, compact discs, records, slides, videos, and films. This can relay information faster. Now, the choice is yours. And answer the following question. Number 1. What is the main idea of the article? Correct. Print and non-print sources of information. Number 2. What are the two sources of technology to gather information? Very good. Print and non-print materials. Number 3. How do these two sources differ from each other? Very good. Print materials refer to all paper publication in printed form, while non-print materials are those that have special formats. Number 4. Write the best summary you can for the article above. Print materials refer to all paper publication in printed form, while non-print materials are those that have special formats. And for the assessment, read the passage below and use the chart learned in getting the important points of the text and write the summarized statement. Answer the activity on a paper or notebook. Water shortage is becoming a serious problem in the city because of the growing population. That is why the city government has to take concrete steps to address it. One solution is to make more water available through recycling. The building of more desalination plants may be done, but it is very expensive. Another solution that the city officials are doing now is educating the people so they do not waste water. Meanwhile, there is also a move of the government to protect existing water supplies from being polluted. There are some more ideas to help solve the problem, but maybe the ultimate solution is that everyone must become actively involved. And now, answer the chart. The main idea of the text is, water shortage is a serious problem in the city. And to explain the main idea, here are the supporting details. First, make more water available through recycling. Second supporting detail, build more desalination plants. And third, educate the people. And here is the summarized passage. Water shortage is a serious problem in the city. The concrete steps to address it are the following: make water available through recycling, build more desalination plants, and educate the people so they do not waste water. Remember, restating an idea is saying it in other terms or words. A restatement uses different sentence formation. In contrast, summarizing is the brief overview of an entire discussion or passages read. So kids, do you understand our lesson today? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!